Hello, my witchy friends. It's Victory ASMR, and I thought it might be fun to do a little tour of my Christmas tree. So we'll start with this beautiful gold star. Something you might notice about my tree is that it leans toward the kitschy side instead of the witchy side. I love old-fashioned Christmas, but there are a couple very witchy little touches in the tree itself. So growing up, we had a big gold star, and we always put cinnamon sticks in the branches just to scent the tree a little bit more. Now, I do have an artificial tree. I know, not as good, but it's better for my cats because they love to eat anything and they're not interested in eating an artificial tree. So, got flaxseed in there. It's right below this little cardinal. Now I love cardinals. One of my absolute favorite birds. Such a gorgeous symbol of the Christmas season. And like many people, I dry orange slices and use them as garland. It really adds this beautiful scent to the tree, and I love how it looks. And there's a fox here on this bauble. There's a set of baubles here actually that I've put on the tree. So here's the fox version with the little bird on it and some pine trees. And I have a guitar as well. Very cute. This ornament was given to me many years ago, and it's one of my prized possessions. And it's really quite well made. It has the case detail and everything on it, so I put it high up so that, again, the cats can't mess with it. And this ornament is a fairly new acquisition. It's a little red fox with the wool jumper, and he has this very fluffy little tail. But my favorite detail is the cute little button nose, and of course, the acorn purse, which is quite large, and it has sparkles on it. I wish I had an acorn purse. Honestly, it would probably hold a lot of things, more than my current purse. So that's that guy. I also have this ornament. If you know anything about Epcot, this is the mascot of Epcot, the theme park. His name is Figment, and he has this beautiful purple iridescent color with wings. He's carrying some gifts, and he's wearing a little Santa's coat. But he's always got this kind of wacky look on his face, like he just can't believe So when I was in the UK, this is in my UK trip haul video as well, which I'll put a link to. I got this at the Victoria and Albert Museum. It's a suffragette, and I'm all about votes for women and women's history. It's one of my favorite areas of study. And so here's an original suffragette. I couldn't believe that they made an ornament like this. It's very hairy, pardon the catter. In fact, the whole tree is really, really hairy because I have two long-haired cats. But such a cool ornament, very niche. And I have a David Bowie ornament. This was given to me by a dear friend. It makes lovely tinkly noises. There is a Stevie Nicks version of this that I really, really want, but it's hard to find. If anyone comes across it, let me know. This is so pretty. And yeah, there's a whole series of these, like real life people, but absolutely love this ornament. It's always nice to be gifted these things by friends. Now here's another one of those baubles. This one has a squirrel on it, munching on some kind of snack or something. It's quite fluffy. And there's little bits of foliage. I like the watercolor quality to this. It's really quite pretty. And some more orange slices. This is a blood orange slice. Some of them are darker than others because they're from blood oranges. Let's see. I also have this sun ornament, which I think is meant to go over the rearview mirror of your car, but I put it on the tree because you can put essential oils in it, and it see in this back little pocket here, you can put oil. So I've got some ginger oil in there, and it's making the tree smell really nice. And of course, up high, so the cats can't get to it. But there's also little jingle bells throughout, which are attached to a really nice garland. And I always have to put candy canes on the tree, though my partner always ends up eating them all off the tree, so they're not there by the end. And you'll notice something very funny about my Christmas decorations. There's a lot of Garfields. So this is an angel Garfield. I collect Garfield stuff. I know it sounds really weird for a witchy lady, but I love Garfield, okay? And I'm not talking about like new Garfield. I'm talking about like old school, like vintage Garfield. There's all sorts of pine cones everywhere. This one has what's meant to be like a cranberry on it, but these are just like really basic ornaments that I've glued together out of whatever I had. And these are sequined, like light bulb ornaments. Very cute. Make really nice sounds. And they catch the light really nicely, which is what I want because it's very sunny upstairs here. Another cinnamon stick, which, I've wrapped the wire of the tree around so that it stays secure. And also a couple Winnie the Poohs here and there from my childhood. So here's this very, very tiny Winnie the Pooh. He's got a blue scarf. He's super duper cute. And we'll just tuck him right back in there. What else do we have here? I have these wooden beans, which used to be on my mini Christmas tree, which is towards the end of this video. And more candy canes. I love the wooden beads. They're so beautiful. So you can see the orange laces continue, and so do the beads. If you haven't made dehydrated orange laces before, I highly recommend it. It's super easy. Just turn an oven on low for like 6 hours, like the lowest that your oven goes. And it makes for a very witchy decor. And I redo it every year because they tend to like get kind of crumbly. Here's another one of those baubles. This one has a deer on it and some lovely pine trees. It's just really pretty. And what else do we have? I also have these pine cone garlands, as you can see behind this ornament. There's a larger deer on this bauble. These just add a nice like pop of white, which ties in those snow-capped pine cones. And here they are. They're so beautiful. They're just on like a piece of twine. And I love when they add a little sprig of berry to them as well. And I have these very cheap ornaments. They're just like these green and gold and red baubles. And I think I bought like a pack of 8 of them for like $2. And paper chain as well, made out of silver, gold, and red paper. And it's just stapled. And poinsettia, like little felt flowers, because real poinsettias are toxic to cats. So we'll go over to this side of the tree. There's another one of these gleaming gold light bulb ornaments. It's really, really beautiful. Catching that like mid-afternoon sunlight right now, and you can just see it sparkle. And there's more of that paper jean. It's really long. Really quite sparkly. I can never like choose silver or gold accents. So with my trees, I'm just like, let's do everything at once. Chaos tree. And here's another ornament from my childhood. Move this flax out of the way. A house is not a home without a cat. And it's really adorable. This seat kind of looks like from Blue's Clues. But there's an orange cat on it, and I've always had orange cats, at least one at any point in time in my life. So I remember being given that as a kid, being just tickled by it. bigger, again from my childhood, really adding to that kitschy feel. And the tail makes some like satisfying noises. But we had like Winnie the Pooh string lights when I was a kid as well. So there was just a lot of Pooh Bear on my childhood tree. And so I've brought some of that into adulthood with me, just as a reminder of where I've come. And there's these little antlers. They've been spray painted gold. They're part of a larger string of garland. And if we move over here, here's the Pooh Bear. And he's standing on a little honey pot. The idea is that he's trying to hang an ornament that he's a little bit too short to reach. And next to him, there's this red bauble. I really like the very swoopy, swirly, whirly pattern on this. It's really quite nice. And that's the Christmas tree. At the bottom here, I've also got this star, which is meant to hang, but I lost the hook for it and didn't get new hooks. So I've just kind of like tucked it in the lower branches. And another one of these. Our Christmas tree is not very big. I'd really like to get a bigger one. They're just super expensive. But this one is like really hard to fill out. So I've put things like this moon garland on. So it's like all the cycles of the moon. And it's just a nice like filler piece for the bottom of the tree. And honestly, the cat's like batting at it. So we leave it there as like a safe distraction so that they don't touch the more precious things on the tree. It's funny how it just becomes a battle between you and your cats. If you have cats, you know what I mean. And here's another phase of the moon. And it really catches the sunlight during the day, which is quite beautiful. And there's a full moon that's like technically the center of the garland, and you're supposed to hang this straight on a wall, which I normally have, but I thought it might be kind of nice as a little gold accent to fill out the bottom of the tree. On the other side, there's the crescent there. It's a little more obvious that it's a moon. And here's another one here. And I think it continues this way. Yeah, see? It's a really neat idea. You can get smaller versions of it, which like would work better. And there's all sorts of garland, right? I'm trying to just fill it out as much as possible with the materials and resources that I have. But it's a really beautiful Christmas tree. See, I've put flaxseed here instead of baby's breath. And it's really beautiful. It gives a little pop of color. And I have these plastic candy canes as well, which are made of woven plastic. And I love when the light shines through them. It's so pretty. Just stick that back in there. So that is the beautiful Christmas tree with the one last thing here. So I got this years ago, and it was like kind of a like McDonald's toy or something. And I've had it for so long. And I think it's so funny and so kitschy and so silly. But it was a snow globe at one point, and then all of the water inside dissolved, and now it's just this. So I tuck it in there, just again as like a little kitschy Christmas decoration, and I think it's so funny and so cute. Now, below the Christmas tree, I have a Garfield. This is like Garfield. He's gonna like go skiing or something. And I have my pumpkins from Halloween. And Angel Garfield. I'd love to top a tree with him. But yeah, I put my pumpkins under the tree because like Halloween is forever for me. So. And this is my tree skirt. It's really beautiful. It has this woven texture. There's all sorts of little details on it. So the Christmas tree, a stocking, candy cane and snowflake, and a skate and mittens and a stocking again, and gingerbread. It's just really pretty and very cozy, and the cats like to take naps on it, which I like would dream of being small enough to do that. There's even little hearts. But I remember as a kid, like reading underneath the Christmas tree really early in the morning. And at night, like just tucking myself under there. It felt so good. And that about wraps it up for this tree. Get a view from the ground with a big golden star. And all the way down. And oh, we have a visitor. Somebody has come and demonstrated what I mean about curiosity. This is Fig, and this is where like all the hair comes from. Him and my other cat. All their hair catches on the tree, and then it becomes like a very hairy tree. But he came to check out what I was doing. They're always very curious about videos when I'm filming, so. Now this is the mini Christmas tree. It's really tiny, it's really, really small. This is something that one of my grandmothers gave me. It's really old. Most of the ornaments are vintage 70s, I think, except for those like the gingerbread house. Those are 90s, but the tree is from the 70s, and the star is also from the 70s, so it's not in the greatest condition ever, but it reminds me of her. And it just has so many cute little ornaments on it, like mini ornaments, like this angel. And this little gingerbread man. And we have this skier, or this guy on a sled. Angel on a sled with a Christmas tree. Just inexplicable things happening on this Christmas tree. And a little weird looking Santa Claus with a long wispy beard. And another little skiing sledding guy. And then this is my mantle. This really weird, like artificial looking like garland. And I've done clementine oranges on twine. Little cinnamon scented pine cones. But I love this garland. It's so weird looking. Kind of reminds me of pampas grass. And this is my stocking. Of course, it is Charlie Brown. I love Snoopy and This is my partner's. It's a really pretty, like, green plaid with the fuzzy top on it. We've hung both of them with care above our fireplace, which is also my altar, so I always want to, like, deck it out as much as I possibly can. And I also have some Merry Christmas garland up, and this has jingle bells on it. This is a spot where I change out the garland seasonally. I love the sound of bells. They're kind of crispy and nice. But I had to replace this. It was pumpkins for a very long time. It's really pretty. And this is my mini Christmas tree right next to my computer, where I do all of the editing. And of course, underneath there is a garfield. Thank you so much for joining me.